Good morning, everybody. I hope everybody's good out there. I am going early because we have not only a heat advisory, we also have a thunderstorm advisory for this afternoon. So apparently, what is happening is that the heat is coming in and being absolutely crazy. And then later in the afternoon, it's creating thunderstorms. So we're under a heat advisory until 7 o'clock tonight. And the last 2 days, we've gotten some kick butt storms around 2, 3 in the afternoon. Yesterday, they started at 2 and lasted until about 7:30. So there's no time in the afternoon for me to do a whatever they call it. Good morning, Lucy. It's been a long time since you've been on a live. Why haven't you been on lives? Are you not hanging out with us anymore? Is that what's going on? I don't know about you, girl. Let me pull up numbers here. Let's see. We're going to start with Colleen. She's going to be here in spirit, but she can't sign into chat. She's at 1.16K subscribers. Sylvia, 840. Whoop, whoop. Go, Sylvia. And then we have Brandy at 480. I'm just looking on my phone because I didn't write it down. Dawn at My Quilt Projects is at 932. Go, Dawn. Miss Ellen, 711 subscribers. I'm impressed. And let's see if it'll let me go back here and look for Miss Shannon. 465. Yep, she's doing great. Everybody's growing, so that's cool. Tracy, Lucy, you started a new job. Anything good? I saw the blah. Good morning, Kay. How are you today? I haven't seen you in a while. Oh, good morning, Nancy. You had trouble getting into chat? That's not good. I don't like that. What happened? What happened? What happened? You have to tell me. Ooh, good morning, Deb Somerville. How are you today? Everybody's just rolling in. And Sherlock K at the Purple Wall has a channel. And you had to close out and then come back in. Huh. That's interesting. Texas? What's in Texas? Hopefully something fun like, grandbabies or quilting stuff, not work. You guys may see I've got a t-shirt here in my little paw. Hubby went to Walmart last week before, something like that. And they had all of these, they're just cheesy little t-shirts, the little, like they put them on sale for $5 or something. But they had them on sale and he called me and he said, do you want some t-shirts? And how much do you want? How many do you want? So I told him, yes, I wanted some t-shirts. And he bought me, I think I bought 6. Well, I forgot to ask before he went in there if they had a V-neck or a scoop neck. And these are all V-neck. So I'm like, I mean, not V-neck, they're all scoop neck. And I prefer V-neck. So what I'm doing, and I've done this before. Oh, well, okay, that's definitely a good reason to go to Texas and hang out for a month. That's where your daughter holds your grandbaby hostage. Yes, I'd be going to Texas too. I have, I don't even know, 21 of them now. And I'm still excited over another new baby. I don't know if you saw on the 1st of July, I was talking about it Monday night. She's my cousin, but she's younger than my kids, way younger. She's like 20, 21, just had a baby. And she's my aunt's only daughter. And my aunt is ecstatic, and I'm ecstatic for her that she finally has a grandbaby. I'm hand pressing the center of the front of this shirt just with my, just putting a crease in it with my fingers. Hopefully you guys can see what I'm doing there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the shirt inside out. And you guys aren't really here for a tutorial on this, but I thought I would at least talk you through it while I'm doing it. And I don't know where my chalk went to. Oh, there's my white pencil. Let me go get it. Anyway, so we have a brand new baby in the family. And you guys may have seen that I did the quilt for the baby. And I've got bibs because I'm going to make a bib. They've spelled his name D-A-I-N, which is an unusual spelling for it. I don't know if that's going to show up on camera. Yeah, not bad. So I wrote his name in here in the biggest font that I have on my embroidery machine. And then I'm going to make him a bib with his name on it. I've got the baby announcement all put together to be able to put it up there for him so that she can hang it on the wall, because I don't think it needs to be on the quilt, but it definitely needs to be somewhere for her, because she's not going to find that name anywhere. It's an unusual name. Yeah, I thought it was cute. I mean, I think that, especially the first grandbaby, what a big deal. I mean, not that they're not all precious, but you know what I mean. Sylvia, I just saw that you're here. Hello, my love. How are you today? Now, guys, I got a teaser for you too. Sylvia and Colleen and I are getting ready to start a new collaboration that we're hoping is going to last all year. It involves towels, and that's about all you're getting on that right now. So yeah, I wanted to make sure I mentioned that today too. All right, so what I did on this shirt thing is I folded the front in half. I cut a piece of fabric. You guys can see it. This is just a scrap of a batik, and I like the batik. And it's a heavier batik, but I cut it in half, or I cut the piece of fabric 6 by 8. So it's 8 inches long, 6 inches wide. I drew a center line on here, and then a 1/2 inch out from the center line on each side, I've drawn a little square. The bottom of this box is at the 6 inch mark. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to sew down along that 1/2 inch mark that I put in and across the bottom. And I'm making a placket so that I can open this collar up. For me, having this rounded collar is just like choked me to death. And I'm always jealous of everybody who's got brand new grandbabies. I guess I shouldn't be jealous since I have brand new cousins, but And I get to go see the baby. They're supposed to have the baby shower for, well, baby showers are supposedly for the baby. They're really for the mommy. But they're supposed to have the baby shower for her this weekend. That's what the invitations say. But I'm not holding my breath because young Master Dane has decided that he wants to spend a couple of extra days in the hospital. He is in NICU, not for anything major serious, but he's in there because he has blood sugar issues. And that's not uncommon for babies. I mean, we all know that. So hopefully those will all get worked out, really quickly. and then he will be able to come home. But I'm not really seeing him coming home in time for the baby shower this coming weekend. Maybe he will, maybe I'm wrong. They usually don't take a long time to resolve, from what I understand. And my son, 100 years ago, he's in his 30s, just turned, I have to think about this. It was when I gave birth. And but anyway, he just turned 34. And when he was born, he had, I don't know if you guys know what a pneumothorax is, but basically it's the lung collapses because there is a air pocket outside the lung. And even for that, he got pneumonia from it. He was only in NICU back in 90 for 8 days. God, I wish my brain was in the same spot I am. But so I'm hoping that Dane will get to come home very quickly and everything will be all well. He's beautiful though. He makes great faces. His mommy is, of course, extremely proud, and we have a family chat that she has been posting pictures on. So we've been having a good time with that. And I just sewed the wrong line. I had originally drawn an inch wide line on one side, and I changed it to 1/2 inch. So we're gonna go back and fix that. And you guys can laugh at my trying to talk and sew at the same time, because obviously I can't do both. But so to go back to Kay, is the grandbaby a boy or a girl? And did you get, is it like newborn, or is that an older grandbaby, slightly older grandbaby? They're all fun no matter what. I'm looking to see if I missed anybody coming in. I think I got everybody. If I missed you, let me know. And I know I did ask Lucy what her new job was, but I didn't see if she answered me. Nope, she didn't. Maybe she doesn't want to tell me. Could be one of those jobs too that nobody wants to talk about. I know we were talking, I was talking jobs with some cousins a couple of days ago. And she was like, oh, I always envied you because you had such an interesting job. And I'm like, me? We missed something somewhere in translation. I did real estate for a long time. Oh, I got some tea for you guys. You want to hear some tea? Some of you know that we were talking about selling our property and moving to Toledo to live near my oldest son and his wife. And that's still in the books. But we were going to sell to the guy who bought the property behind us, because he was like, oh, I want your property and I want to add it to my holdings kind of thing, and aggressively pursued us. And then all of a sudden he just went Flakeville, and he wanted us to hold a mortgage, and he wanted to pay less than we wanted for the property. And this was when, I mean, property values down here are still pretty high for land. And we have, 5 acres plus a house and everything. Anyway, he flaked after several months of dragging us around. And I was like, yeah, okay, this is a little weird. And then he came back with a ridiculously low offer and wanted us to hold a mortgage. A girl. Yay. Oh, cool, Lucy. Very cool. I guess it could be cool. Could also be a pain in the butt. So anyway, the culvert on our road has got some problems. It's like in at imminent danger of collapsing. And so we called the 3 or 4 neighbors that are affected by that, which is us, the guy that lives behind us, and the people who have a vacation house across the street from us. Can't really call it a vacation house. They come out like, every month or so. They keep their yard mowed, that kind of stuff. But they don't spend lots of time out here because, of course, they're still working and, making money to get the kids through college kind of thing. Anyway, we called them. The people across from us immediately are like, yeah, we're coming out. We'll look at it. So they came out and looked at it. But the neighbor that owns the big property behind us, the guy who, hauls in semi truckloads of cattle and hay and feed for his animals, when we called his ranch foreman said, oh, well, I'm sorry to hear that there's a problem, but I don't work for him anymore. And of course, he and my husband are buddies. They're not, the best of friends, but they're buddies. And my husband says, oh, why aren't you working for Juan anymore? And he said, we had a Rule 1 problem. I didn't get paid. So I no longer work for him. Always been my philosophy, pay me or I'm gone. So I can't blame the guy. He's really nice. His family's really nice. And I would have been mad if I didn't get paid too. So to make that long story short, turns out that Mr. Moneybags, I'm buying up everything in sight, is apparently having issues with keeping up with all of his payments on everything he bought. So we're like, oh, okay. Well, we're really glad we didn't sell to you. And we're really glad we didn't hold a mortgage for you. Because we just spent every penny of the down payment fighting to get paid for our property. So, and it would have clouded the title. So we don't have to worry about him anymore. He's done, he's gone, and we'll go on to something else. Yes, love the new babies. Okay, so here is my correctly sewn piece here. Trying to make sure I got all that thread off of there from where I mis-sewed it. I don't know what I did. Y'all, I can't talk and sew at the same time. I took out all the thread from the mis-sew, but I didn't re-sew all the way across where I was supposed to. So let's do that right now while I'm, or is it that it's too early in the morning? Yeah, we're definitely going to put it on the regular market when we get ready to sell. And I'm pretty much ready to sell. The problem is that we're not sure where we're going to end up at. Wayne is eligible to retire in about a year. We don't know if he's going to. That's another issue that we haven't figured out yet. So we're just kind of playing it by ear right now. And we're not sure where we want to retire. We may go to Toledo. We may go to, I don't know, the Bahamas, So I'm looking for it. Okay, now I've got it all sewed. So it's sewn all the way down and around. And just, you can't see it because I put the dark thread on the bottom, but it's all the way around the square. So now I'm going to follow my little marks that I made on here, and I just made them with ink pen. I didn't worry about making sure they were erasable or anything. I'm going to cut just like you would if you were doing a zipper placket. I'm going to cut down here, and then I'm going to angle at that corner. So let me get my big scissors. Karma is definitely, she has a unique way of showing you things. And yes, we've all seen her in action here lately. My personal philosophy is she'll get you, so don't be too snide and snotty on your way up, because you could definitely be taken out on the way down. The old saying about be careful whose butt you trample on the way up, you may have to kiss that butt on the way down. Is that the proper terminology for that? I just laid this down here flat so that I could trim it. And what I'm doing is, now that I've cut that, I'm trimming the little side edges down to a 1/4 inch. I'll show you where I cut that at. Okay, so while you were in Texas, I'm betting that you weren't watching YouTube stuff. You may have noticed I have a Band-Aid on my finger. My sewing machine bit me. I put a needle through my finger when I was free motion quilting. Okay, so what I did here is I cut down the line that was in there, and then I trimmed those seam allowances right there so that they are 1/4 inch or less. And of course, as always with me, it's not straight. So now what I'm going to do is, all along this outside edge, I'm going to take my iron and I'm going to press down just a 1/4 inch around that outside edge. Again, finger pressing at the two sides. So I'm just finger pressing down. This batik, like I said, is fairly heavy, and it's had starch put on it already, because what I was using it for before, I starched it. I did not put the sewing machine in timeout. I actually finished the free motion quilting on that quilt, and I've actually sewn a couple other things on it since then. And I'm just eyeballing my 1/4 inch. This is a $5 t-shirt, maybe even cheaper than that. So I'm not gonna drive myself insane. Sylvia, I have more of them, but I didn't want to overload you with them, because I was afraid that those zip files, that you might not be able to open them. So if you want more, just let me know. I did find some hand embroidery stuff there. Okay, so let me know and I will be happy to send you more, as many more. That site has got a ton of stuff on it. Okay, so here, you guys probably can't see that, so let me lift it up. Where I did that stitch and then trimmed that back, I'm gonna fold to the seam line, fold everything over there. Can you guys see that? Finger pressing again, because there's already starch on this fabric. And then I am if I can do this with my hands, because they don't want to cooperate, I'm taking that folded edge where I put the seam line down the side, and I'm lining it up right there. And then what I'm going to do, boy, having starch in this fabric makes it lay down really nicely. But then what I'm going to do is, now that I have both of those folded over, I'm just going to like top stitch down that edge there. And I will put a pin in that. I'm trying to get this up where you can see it. I will put pins in that so that it holds, but I'm going to do that on both sides. I was afraid of that, Sylvia, was that your iPad might not be big enough to download those zip files. But let me know. Some of them, I don't think you actually need the file. You may just want the picture, because I know you're good at making the pictures or making from pictures. There we go. Yeah. So I thought about doing that too and sending you some pictures. Sylvia's been doing a whole bunch of hand embroidery stuff, and it's really nice. So while because she's got issues with her eyes until they get her glasses and stuff sorted out. So I sent her some hand embroidery files that I found, basically for free. And I've been inundating her with them. So that's one side. What are you doing to me? I will show you twice. I don't have any shame machine. I figured you guys were probably all tired of seeing embroidery stuff, because I have 2 videos up about it this week. There will be more, but I won't make you endure it during a live because it takes longer to do that stuff all together. All right, so now that is sewn down. And then we're going to do the same thing on the other side. I've got my hem from the inside. I'm going to make it lay down here. Then I'm folding down the outside edge. Three stitches too far, and it makes a problem. There we go. So I'm folding the inside hem towards the placket that I'm putting on here. And then I'm going to do my 1/4 inch over there and bring it over so that it sits just past that stitch line. And you want to stop stitching at the bottom of the placket before you get to the triangle cut, because otherwise you'll have problems turning the next piece over. I saw a faster way to do this on one of those sewing tip channels, and I thought, oh, that's really cool. So then I tried it, and I swear I cannot get it to work. If I could get it to work, you guys would have already seen it. But I don't know what the girl did. She must be magic. One of those, like, I want to say it's a Chinese channel. I don't know. Twee Arts, I think is the name. And she did it so that she like folded everything out flat and sewed it together and it was all perfect. Doesn't work for me. Okay, so here's everything all folded or all sewn. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold down that center piece and then bring up my 2 placket pieces right here. Turn it to the right, to the wrong side of the shirt. And right there's why you wanted to cut the V, because you want that to lay down. And I'll lay the placket out flat and then turn it over. If you do it right, and we will. When you get it all done, it lays down flat on both sides. Or you're used to doing it that way for years. Yeah, probably. That's very true, Sherlock. I hadn't thought about that because my way works for me. And it's harder to explain sometimes than it really should be, in my opinion, because I've been doing it for so long to my stuff that it's like, oh, well, why can't you make that work? It always works for me. I have thread everywhere, which always happens to me too. But I'm going to see, I don't know how well you guys can see this. But what I've done is I've laid the two sides of the placket on top of each other. And I have tucked the little flappy piece down inside there, that little triangle. What on your placket? Yeah. Yeah, I am used to doing it this way. And then I'm trying not to pin into myself. I'm going to pin down without getting my shirt. And then I'm going to go right across through here. And I'm going to sew a little box there. And I don't care if the white thread that's on top on my machine shows, but I do care that my placket is as flat as I can get it right here. And it is. So I've got my pen in there and I'm going to bring it over to my machine. This might be easier if you have a machine that has where you can remove the arm, you know, like to do sleeves and stuff. Might be easier that way. And I would say I'm just used to sticking my fingers down in here and holding this, but I think I proved last week that that's might not be the best thing I ever did. I'm always wearing thread, yes. It's glitter for sewers. I'm going to go right across the top of the bottom here of my placket. And I'm just sewing a box, just like you would if you were making a bag. I'm going to make a little box here and sew this down so everything lays where I want it to. I'm even going to make the cross over here. But I only do one. I don't do two. And these little t-shirts are great for working around the house if you get them dirty. Ha! He's moaning to you about the amount of thread on you and the carpet. Well, that's what he gets for marrying a sewer, you know? All right, Let's turn this right side out. And basically, there's my placket in my shirt. So it looks like it's really deep, but once I have it on, it's not. And if I decide that the placket is too deep, let me get this straightened out. Once I have the shirt on, I always have the option to add a button to it, or literally to just sew up the side of the placket a little bit. So that's that in a heartbeat. How's that? So that was my big project for today. I was like, I need to do this, and I may as well do it on a live so you guys can see. And I have a shirt on. I'm going to put this on over it just so you can see how deep it is. Oh, this shirt needs more than a placket done to it. Because it's tight. But I'll fix that part in a little bit with the serger. See, there's my placket. If the shirt weren't so tight, the placket would actually lay flat. But I don't think that's too deep. And like I said, if it's too deep, by the time I get it all done. Hey, Kelly. If it's too deep, by the time I get it all done, I'll just add a button to it. Or sew up a little bit of that placket. Now, the rest of what it needs is it needs some room, at least down here at the bottom of the side. But I will do that off camera. I think what happens with these shirts is like this one that I've got on fits perfectly. They're from the exact same pile of shirts and they are exactly the same size. But I think that when they cut them, the ones towards the bottom of the stack get a little less, get cut a little differently than the ones at the top. You know what I mean? Oh, awesome, Sylvia. How many of those are you doing? Yeah, Sylvia, I have lint rollers. I have 3 vacuums, a little stick vacuum that turns into like a car vacuum. And I have, well, it died. The one I got from Temu that was just a little tiny vacuum. It died. Wayne has it in the repair shop, seeing if he can fix it for us. And then I have the great big vacuum that, of course, has that big long suction hose on it. And I still find thread everywhere. I find thread on clean laundry. You know, when you're folding laundry up to put it away, I find thread on that. So it's like, really? Kelly, I haven't gotten to your mounted footage yet. Awesome. You almost have that layer chop split assemble. That's the one with the slits down in the middle. I think that's what the name of that was. I was showing off. I got my quilt for my cousin done. And I'm trying to find out now if they're still doing the baby shower this weekend. That's a message I sent out. But he makes the cutest faces. And they're so fun. And then I've got a bid to make. 25. Sylvia, are you a glutton for punishment? Oh, I knew I had this over here for a reason. I keep intending to show this to you guys. I got this from Amazon a couple weeks ago. It was a today's daily deal. And we all know thread is out of this world crazy. You need enough to make a wall hanging. Now this is that bro thread. So this is all Sylvia's fault. This one is. This is all Sylvia's fault. Can you guys see that? I'm waiting for the, yeah, variegated thread. I've had it in my cart for a while and it finally came up. This one may not show as well. It's blue and silver. This is a gold and a brown. That is seafoam and gray. I was just, oh yeah, silver and green. That's purple, 2 shades of light purple there. Trying to make it so my fingernails don't. And that's a gold and brown or gold and tan together. Oh, awesome, Sylvia. Well, that doesn't surprise me at all because I think we have the same taste. That's orange and teal. Pink and coral, maybe. Pink and yellow. And that's the reverse of the one I just showed you. And this is the one that sold me on this set. That is like black and silver. And I think that is just like so pretty. I don't know how they pack these boxes, so just like do it. But that little set was on sale, and like I said, it's all Sylvia's fault because she was showing me variegated threads and I was drooling. Monkey see, monkey do, right? 40 weight, Kelly. It's 40 weight. It's embroidery thread, but you can also use it for sewing. I like the fact that it's shiny. Yeah, it's bro thread. I like the fact that it's shiny. Can you guys read that label? I'll put the link in the description box for this. It won't be an affiliate link. I don't have an affiliate with Amazon anymore. I need to figure out what their problem is because pain in the tushy. But I'll put the link for this down there. And there are like 6 or 7 sets on this one link that have different colors in them. And the black and silver is the one that threw me, that got me. So I was like, oh yeah, this is what I want. And I have big plans for this. The reason it's out is because I want to use it on the bib. I've got that blue and green kind of tealy one that I want to use for, I don't know if I'm going to put his first and middle name on there or just put his first name on and then put some kind of a creature, a turtle, I don't know. I haven't found out yet if there's anything that mommy especially likes as far as critters. Some people are into otters and turtles and horses and dinosaurs and all kinds of stuff. But I thought that would be really cute to make, you know, to put on a bib and then she can use it however she wants. And I bought a while back, I've had them for a while, a set of 10 of those little Terry baby bibs. They're just the little Gerber bibs, Gerber. It may be smaller than the set you have, Tracy. I looked at a couple of sets that actually have the plastic boxes with them. And they're proportionally not out of line for the pricing. But I didn't really want another plastic box. And I don't really have anywhere to store it. But anyway, so I want to get Dane's bib made and the birth announcement thing. And then, of course, I've got to go to Dollar Tree and get a frame or go to Walmart and get a frame. and I need diapers and a baby book because they've asked for baby books or like little kid books signed, and then diapers, of course, for the baby. And I'm glad I didn't contribute to them buying like that whole newborn set. He's already 7 pounds, 6 ounces, and he looks like a little bruiser. So you can do embroidery without an embroidery machine, Kelly. Sylvia has actually shown us some of that. She draws things on her fabric and then puts it in a wooden hoop and then uses her regular sewing machine to do it. And it's really interesting the way she does it. I'm sure she's had a lot of practice. I like my embroidery machine, and thank you, Lord, that I have it. So yeah, that's definitely on my list of things that I think is cool to experiment with. I need to cut this little tail off on my shirt. I don't need that flapping around inside. I cut it 2 inches longer than I really wanted it, just to make sure that I had plenty of room for that bottom of the placket. You may refine it down for, if you do it, you might refine it down for yourself to where you don't need that big tail. I prefer to have it rather than not have it. And then I was talking about the way the gal does it at the place. She takes it before she folds this part over and sews it. She lays it all out flat and gets that one, she just does one seam all the way across. I haven't figured that one out yet. Yeah, hand embroidered is really great if you don't have arthritis. Kelly, I had two of them. I had a 9-pound 4-ounce and a 10-pound 2-ounce baby. I had C-sections. And then yeah, so mine never fit newborn clothes at all. We had some newborn clothes. Thank God that I've always been like a yard seller and a thrift store person and wasn't into buying all these brand new clothes, because I would have had to return everything I'd bought in newborn sizes. As a matter of fact, mine were into, by like 6 months, they were into year-old clothes, 18 months old clothes at 12 months. And yeah, so I was very glad that I had not spent lots of money on clothes. And my let's see, my youngest niece, when her mom was pregnant, she was like buying all these cute little newborn frilly dainty dresses. And I told her, I said, we have big babies. This was number 5 or 6 for my mom's grandkids, and all the grandkids were big. And she kept saying, no, I'm not going to have a big baby. I'm going to have a little doll. Well, she had a 9-pounder. So she had to return all those dainty little dresses and go to the next bigger size. So yeah, I don't buy newborn clothes most of the time. I do have a couple of 3 to 6 month onesies that I have tucked away that I use for making baby gifts sometimes. But I want to do a bib for Dane so that mom has something with his name on it that she can show, you know, like when she takes him out in public. And I'm already going to do the birth announcement, so I'm not doing a onesie also. Yeah, Tracy, well, she was a petite little thing. So yeah, mine were bruisers, mine and Kelly's. See, no, I won't say I'm good at FMQ, because after sticking a needle through my finger, I have no street cred left. I have no street cred on that. But it's okay. It happens. I've done it. Now, hopefully, knock on wood, I won't do it again. Okay, Sylvia and Lori, have you guys gotten everybody's links in? I'm going to wrap up. I'm hearing rumblings of thunder out there. That's why I went on early. is because we were getting both the heat index warning and the thunderstorm warning. She's 4'10". My best friend was 4'10", 5.6 pounds and 6 pounds, and still probably felt like they were probably still very painful. Okay, all the links are in. So I'm going to start wrapping up, giving you guys a minute to say goodbye to each other. I want to make sure, because I keep forgetting to do this, that I thank all of my moderators for being here today. It is a volunteer position and they don't have to be here. No one's required. So if you're in a chat and you're not seeing trolls and a bunch of trouble, it's because you got those lovely people with the blue wrenches. So make sure you say thank you to them, and I'm saying thank you to mine. We are, yeah, I did too, Sylvia, after they tried to get the baby out, the first baby out several times. He wasn't moving. He was happy. Sylvia says, be nice to others because you're nice. Colleen says, be the light you hope to see in others. I'm adding on to that, even if it has to be a Molotov cocktail. And where I'm at is if somebody's in your house or looking at your stuff close enough to criticize it, tell them to go home. All right, guys, y'all have a great day. I appreciate you coming and hanging out with me for a while. I hope you learned something. And I've got to put a link to the thread, You Don't Stink, as a moderator. I'm going to put a link to that bro thread that I got in the box for this. So if you're watching the replay, the link should already be there. For you folks who are here with me live, give me 20 minutes, okay? Because it'll take me a couple of minutes to find that link and get it moved over there. Anyway, once again, thanks for coming. I love you guys and have a great day. Bye-bye.